Welcome back to Chatting with Sonya and Friends, and we're here with Jen Dennehy today. So again, thank you so much for being here and talking about the program, because I'm sure there's some people out there, some parents, who may have never heard of the programs, and which is really good for working parents. And we talked a little bit about transportation. So parents are working during the afternoon and can't stop in the middle of a day to transport their kids. So there's no cost. How do you transport the kids from the schools? How do they get there?
So one of the things we added this year was our walking school bus. So most of our kids come from Edison. So we were able to have our staff pick them up at the end of the school day with permission from the parents, and they walk right over to the center. So that enables them to have a smooth transition to us, and parents can continue to work throughout the day.
That's wonderful. It sounds like you removed pretty much all the barriers.
That was the goal in creating this program, is to be right where they live. They can walk home. Yeah.
And earlier, Sonya mentioned food. So 2:30 to 6 is a really long time. What do the kids get? Snack?
Yeah, so we offer a healthy snack every day. So they always have a fresh fruit, fresh veg, and then Urban Honey Bakery is one of the partnerships we have. So it's a small local bakery out of Urbaniacs. She sells on Friday and Saturday, and anything she has left after the end of the weekend, she gives to us, and that becomes the snack. So it's fresh croissants, pretzels, bread.
That's nice.
So, yeah, and her stuff's amazing. So you have to check it out.
Oh, good,
Yeah, that's
good.
fantastic.
That's just wonderful.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you have interpreters on deck? Because, are there a lot of children that maybe don't speak the language that maybe could have access to your program?
There are, and one of the things is sometimes the children become the interpreters for their parents,
Right.
but also we have technology now. So there are apps that for the parents where it is challenging, or maybe they don't speak English, we're able to type it in if we're in person. So that is an option.
That is great.
And you're right, a lot of the families out that live at the John Hurry Garden Apartments, there's so many languages spoken. Yeah.
Wow.
I can
that's
just
incredible.
imagine. That's yeah.
So, Jen, you are a Laker, a former Laker. I'm alumni too from Mercyhurst. So, tell us about how you got started. And I know I read about how you had to pivot a little bit earlier on. But tell us how you got into doing what you're doing right now.
Into dance in general, because I think that speaks to why I do what I do.
Okay.
So I started dancing because my older sister couldn't skip. She was 5, came home crying and from gym class and couldn't skip. So she was uncoordinated, so thank you, Kat. But my mom sent her to dance, and me. But one of the things my parents did that was beautiful is we didn't have a lot, and they could not afford dance lessons for 3 girls, but we all wanted to dance. So from the time I was 3 until I graduated high school, we cleaned the studio and trade for dance lessons. So they
that.
taught
How
us
sweet.
that there's like ways to get what you need. Bartering is real.
Right.
And I'm lucky because I had parents that were inventive enough to see that, but I shouldn't be the exception, like just because we didn't have means. So I believe all kids and all people should have access to art, period. It shouldn't cost anything.
Shouldn't be based on your zip code.
No, or age, or ability, or any of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, Jen. And so, for those of you who are very familiar with Jen, we also know that she hula hoops.
Yes.
And you
Tell us
travel
about
the
The
world.
fire hula hooping, Jen. Tell
Like,
us.
you travel around, and you
Right.
also teach hoop.
Right.
Yes.
So, and you hula hoop with fire too.
Yes, I
so
do.
tell us a little bit about how you got started with, and you have your own business
Yes.
with the hula hoop. And what is it called? Do we call
Kinetic
you
creativity.
Kinetic, okay.
Yes. So hoop
People
dancing.
call you the hula hoop girl, right?
Hula hoop lady, I think is what I get at this point. Yes. So I got into hooping actually here in Erie. I saw it. Beach 6, 2010. Dance friend said, hey, let's go dance this drum circle. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. Totally ditched my friend, wanted to do what these girls were doing. And they were beautifully dancing, and I felt like I had been neglected of this dance form. And I could never hula hoop. As a kid, I hated hula hoops because I couldn't do it. So they tried to teach me. I was really bad. And then 2 weeks later, they said they would come back. I had already bought a hoop, even though I could not waste hoop. I spent 3 hours trying. I was like, I'm going to get this because I really want to do it. 2 days before I went back, I had a dream I was a hula hooping champion, and I learned how to waist hoop in my dream, and this is how this started.
Wow.
This was not like something I was like, oh, this is gonna be my job.
Wow.
Like, it was just a fun thing on the beach, you know?
And that's
And
a
for those of
wonderful
you-
story.
yeah.
Tell kids, if you don't know how to do something, keep practicing,
Yes.
keep trying, keep doing it over and over. I remember I couldn't crack gum and make it pop, and my whole side of my face was sore because one night I just kept chewing. And now it's like an annoying thing, and I try not to do it, and I find myself doing it. But yes, if you just keep trying and trying, you can do it.
And Jen, and wow. And if you've ever seen her hula hoop, it's amazing. I
She's
think I met you hula hooping. I think the first time I saw you, you were hula hooping. When I was just like, oh my gosh, mesmerized. Beautiful dance, beautiful
you.
dance. And I also remember being a judge at Little Miss Soul, and one of the contestants,
Yes.
Jen had trained, and she did a dance, a hula hoop dance for her talent. And we were like, oh my gosh. And for you to be able to teach that and it comes out beautifully, I was just like, how did she learn that?
So that
Jen,
child,
that's a testament. Did she win?
she won.
She won.
She won, and
She had high
I
scores for me.
actually met her because of the housing authority. So before I ever did the art center, they used to hire me to come do their like Meet the Neighbor Day events once a year. So I met her, and she didn't leave my side for hours. This girl was just in, and she wanted to learn everything. So I gave her a scholarship to come take hooping.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's how I met
Amazing.
Dennehy. Yeah.
She did
Very
amazing.
nice.
I think we were mesmerized by the dance.
Yes.
It was amazing. And so, yeah, high marks from us all, obviously. She won. But good for you.
Yeah. So how are you using the connectivity? What was it? Tell us what
Kinetic
again.
creativity?
Yes. How are you using that in, what you're doing with the students? Like, how does that go hand in hand?
So through kinetic creativity, I'm a rostered teaching artist through the Pennsylvania Council of the Arts. So what that means is I go into schools and I teach math, science, English, and social studies through dance education. So that's what I've been doing for years. I also teach dance to people with disabilities, senior citizens, all of that as well. But I bring that as I am also a teaching artist at the Art Center. So once a week I'm there teaching them. So I'm using those skills with them in addition to running the whole program and employing over 25 teaching artists throughout the community annually.
And where's balance? Like, how in the world do you find balance?
I'm a
So is there-
professional juggler, that's why.
Is that what it is? The juggler. Well, you know what? We'll be right back before we wrap up, and maybe she can tell us how she does it all. So we'll be right back.